Hey everybody, welcome back. Check it out. That's right, we've got the big E-flite P51 Mustang, 1.5mm, flaps retracts, lights, 6S power. Wings come off outside of the landing gear so you can transport it on his wheels. A feature I think is just awesome. I know it's not a new model, but I'm pretty excited about it. Some info on the box and stuff there. Roy's RC. Roy, he has one and he's been mobbing it around the field. Flies it on grass, no problem. So I had the little smaller one. I'm trying to remember, is it 1.2 meter? Anyway, I've had it for years and years and years. And hey, just finally upgraded to this bad boy. So without further ado, let's get this out of the box and see what you get. Okay, here's what's going on inside the box. First time I've looked in it. First time you've looked in it. So we're enjoying this together. Get this stuff out of the way. So stoked. Like I said, here's one of the awesome features. Linkage is already on it. Lights. Wing panels come off. Center section is in here, pretty good. Oh, what's going on here? Let me get this split. So I can't quite get that to pull out of there for some reason. One other thing cool you'll see there, gear doors. Those are awesome. You've got gear doors on the tail wheel as well, I believe, that open and close, which is awesome. Oh yeah. Why won't this come out of there? Oh, okay. Just gotta try harder, that's all. That looks like all that's in that half. This side looks a lot better. Very good. Got guns on it. Pretty stoked about that. Flaps, linkages already done. Gotta love it, guys. Spinner, big spinner. Four propeller blades, kind of interesting. Got your drop tanks, got some really cool kind of scale details there. You know, you've got your, I'm trying to remember what they're called, like anti-sway bars or whatever. It's got linkages for the fuel to get back up into the wing. Clearly two of those, very cool. There's your rear horizontal. Obviously you're gonna have to put that on. This one looks just perfect. Nothing wrong with that one. Always work your surfaces, free them up. This one looks like it has actual hinges in there, because it's pretty free overall for coming out of the box, which is nice. That'll be the other wing half. So down in here we have the manual, which is quite thick. Ugh. So stoked, it's so cool in person. I blame you, Roy. This is your fault, buddy. Is that gonna sit there? Kinda, maybe not. I have to get my stand out to hold that bad boy in place, but then down here you've got your final wing section, which looks really nice. Oh look, it's got the pitot tube on the bottom. That's pretty cool, I didn't notice that on Roy's. Here's how those hook in there. Great. Okay, let me get a stand here to put this fuselage on and we'll scope into that baby. Yeah, I got her on my trusty cruising stand. Canopy comes off like so. Nice. It's really deep because it's got a deep cockpit. Oh, we got a bunch of glue or something on the inside. A bunch of damage there, but cockpit kit looks really nice. Here's the rear gear doors, like I was saying, they fold in when the wheel goes up. That's just awesome. I love the little grate there. Let air in and out, whatever. Scale detail. Cool. cool. Pretty stoked. I really like this scheme. It's different than the normal Mustang schemes that everybody and their dog has. And that's right up my alley. So I like stuff that's kind of weird. Probably because I'm kind of weird. Anyways, on that note, let's put this baby together. Okay, so step one in the manual, they say to do the horizontal here. Again, free it up. It's just simply going to slide into here. And then you've got some screws that come up from the bottom and hold that in place. There was one more hole in the foam that had some some screws and other stuff. Now they're down there. Anyways, right here's the screw holes. We're going to put 2 screws in there and then the tail will be on. Okay, we got the horizontal on. There's a 3rd screw down inside there. So you got 1, 2, 3. There's a pack of longer screws. It just takes 3 of the longer ones, and then the linkage goes on this side. I couldn't get it to fit through here, so I had to take a little drill bit and hog it out just a smidge to get it to go in. And then you're going to need pliers to pop that on because it's really stiff. But that completes the tail. So we've got the horizontal on. Next thing it calls for in the manual is putting the wing on. One thing to note, these screws are that far down in there. So this is a 2mm kind of a T-handle metric Allen. You might need one because if you've just got a normal style that you flip out like a key and go in there, you're not going to have enough reach. I already tried that and no bueno. So the simplicity of this wing, so it's going to take 4 of these screws as well, same kind of screws that went in the tail, but I didn't point out before, if you look back in here, there's 4 servo connections that's just already in there. So if you look on the back of the wing, servo connections are there. I mean, this is as simple as plugging it in and putting the screws in. I mean, you gotta love that. Get everything lined up and started in, and then you'll push the wing down into place. Just want to double check everything here. So it's got a couple pins on here that will help guide it. Oh, you can't see that, sorry. There's 2 little pins on here that'll help guide things in to where it's going to go. So just kind of get those in there and cross your fingers. And when everything's in the right spot, it should pop in. Oh, I think it went. Something happened. There we go. Looks like we're in. Push it back, make sure everything's kosher. Put the 4 screws in. Wing is on. Okay, all 4 of them are tight. Done deal. Now you can kind of see these things here will just clip into here. Let's see if I can line this up here. And then they just slide back and lock into place. That's how they work. They key in, slide back. I'll try to do it later when it's a little easier position to do. But, hey, the wing is on. Starting to look like a Mustang, hey? Gotta love that. Now the manual says to put the wing tips on, but I don't think I'm going to until I need to, but they just simply clip in there. And just, they'll pop in. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to do it right now, but that's all to that. So next thing in the manual shows putting the prop on. I might actually hook up the battery and bind it, and then I'm going to get the gear out and get it sitting on its gear because I think that'll be cool. While I'm waiting for my IX12 to gear up, I am going to assemble the prop setup. So you've got all these blades, which are really cool shape. They've got like the cuffs on the insides. Kind of weird though how they're all separate, but maybe that's good. You can buy spares that way, hopefully. But anyways, what you do is you're going to take your Allen screw, put it through the prop blade, and then on the back that has the nuts will lock into, it's already like the right size, right? So you'll hold them in there, screw them in, locks it down. Pretty awesome. Don't forget you're going to need a battery. So when I bought this, I should have stated at the beginning, this was the combo deal. It was the same price as the bind and fly, but it came with this 6S battery. So I don't know if people don't notice it or if they made a mistake, but pretty stoked. My first smart battery, so we'll see how that goes. So down in there is the battery tray. You'll pull that out. Your battery will go on that. I'll probably add Velcro to that in the future, just for the extra peace of mind, right? But so, just gonna put it on there and crank it down. We'll get it centered on the tray. See how you can still move it, and that's why I like to add that other stuff. But then you just put this down in here and it'll fit in the grooves. There we go. Okay, well, we got that. So now we got to bind it. I've got the model made in my IX12. Okay, so to bind, going by the manual, it says here what you're going to do is hold the bind button. I'm going to try the bind button on the receiver because I don't have a whole lot that do that, so I'm going to use it. So you got your option of doing it safe select enabled or safe select disabled. I'm just going to do it with it enabled for fun. So you got your model, you're going to have your throttle to idle, connect the power, press and hold the bind button until you get an orange flashing LED, then bind it, then release the bind button. That is for safe to work. So let's go ahead and give that a try and see what happens. There is a couple unconnected wires in here. I don't know what they're for, but okay. So hold the bind button down till we get, oh, there's an orange flashing light, bind.
Binding. Bind complete. ESMX 22 milliseconds. Telemetry.
Release. It's supposed to be bound. There it goes. So there we go, gear down, doors closed. I better make some more space on this table here. This is taking up a little room. But, hey, everything's going the right way so far. You gotta love that, huh? Before we have a problem here, let me make a little space and we'll be right back. Okay, and then I always program the speed control to the transmitter, so once you've got it bound up and everything done, you'll disconnect the battery, full throttle, plug it in. Once it does some beeps, lower the throttle.
Timer stop.
Bam. Perfect, yep, throttle's nice and crisp and good. Awesome, awesome. Let's plug in one wing panel, see if the ailerons go the right way. Boy, those are plugged in really tight. Plugged in, lights on. Not much throw on those things. Oh, I think I'm in safe though. I see it's got rudder coupled in, that's pretty cool. How fun are these to take off now? Oh boy. Give it a good wiggle. Whew. I'm sure they'll free up a little over time, but man, they pop in pretty good. I guess that's good. You don't want them to come off, but eventually you're definitely going to be ending up dinging up those tips. But hey, so far so good. I got the prop all assembled and built. Look at how awesome that looks. So now that I don't have to dink around with the programmer or anything like that, prop can go on and we can complete that. So the prop will go on. You're going to have a nut and a washer that's going to go on here. Then you're going to put your spinner on, and then you're going to put the remaining bolt holding that on. And that'll be it for that. Is it going the right way? It's going the right way. Bonus! Okay, now since I bound this up with Safe Select enabled, just because I'm always curious to see how it flies, this flap here is a lot lower than this one. So you will have to adjust your linkages, it appears, underneath. Anyways, so what you're going to do is power on your transmitter. It's on. Power on your plane. It's on. Gears down. To assign a switch for the safe, you're going to hold both your transmitter sticks down to the bottom and then toggle the switch 5 times that you want to use for safe. So that's safe on. That's safe off. Wonder if I reverse it, maybe it'll be off and I can flick it on when I need it, because usually what happens is I forget. So let's go ahead and reverse aux 2. So that should be safe off. That'll be safe on. Yep. So now safe will be off. Whenever I want it, I'll flick that down. Good to go. Okay, really all that's left is to check the CG, but I've got the required battery right in the right spot, so we'll just give it a double check, make sure that's right. Check your throws, and go fly. So, should always do a range check before you fly. That's just a given. And, yeah, fly responsibly. So, next time you see this, we're going to be at the field. We're going to go for the maiden. So like, comment, subscribe, follow links down below in the description. If it's something you're interested in, or if you have a comment for me, let me know, because I read them all and I answer every one of them. So I appreciate you guys watching this. Let me know what you think. See you at the field. Oh, I don't know if you noticed or not, one final detail. Gotta glue that in. See you out there. Slowed the flaps down a little bit. Adjusted this linkage out 1 turn. That got that flap where it needed to be. How cool is that? Oh, and these, there's a right and a left. So I probably didn't notice initially because they are slanted a little bit so they hang correctly. So once you got the right one on the right side, they'll push right in.